afraid to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truce to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. They wanna cancel, they wanna control, but we got the truth, we breaking the mold. Speak your mind, don't let them bind. Words cut through, sharper than a sword of kind. Senses just raw, no filter to stop. Voices rise up from the bottom to top. Feelings don't matter when the truth's laid bare. No nonsense, come at us if you dare. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crying. Truth on the mic while they keep lying.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 91 of To The Point podcast.
What's up, Vince? What's up, Mike? What you guys been up to,
What's
man?
going on, guys?
Not much, streaming live to the
Welcome back,
Patriot
man.
Prayer Network.
Yeah, for sure.
This is what a month now on the network, and it's interesting. It's a huge learning curve for us, and gives us a great opportunity to work with people who've been doing this longer
Yeah,
and
for sure.
help put together something so great. So check out the Patriot Prayer Network on Rumble. There's
Appreciate
a
you
lot
guys.
of good shows,
Yeah.
including Alexandria 360, which is coming up next right after us. So be sure to follow the Patriot Prayer Network on Rumble. And you can follow us everywhere else too, but Rumble is a place to go because there won't be any problems with any types of censorship like we've seen recently, right? Was it what happened just recently in the news? We saw some censorship. Rogan and Trump interview.
Oh, yeah. I
You
saw a
guys
little
hear
bit.
about that?
I did see it. I just have not finished watching it. You know, I think I've probably watched like 45 minutes of it. And so far, it's been pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
been
lengthy.
some of it's been pretty funny. You know, I see both sides. I see look at both sides. Trump always says the same thing to me, regardless of where you put him on stage or off the stage or whatever. But so far, it's been pretty good. You know, Mike, have you seen the whole thing? Have you watched the whole thing?
I watched it. It was playing on the side, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I was shocked to find that though, if you went to search for it on Google,
Yeah, that's what you said.
you were going to come up short because
Right, yeah.
Google was actually suppressing the interview, and they would put up old stuff, which was interesting. You know, whatever.
Right. Mike, but do you guys remember though, back then, when did we used to have conflict like this about who was in president and who
It's
was
never been like
Well, the
this.
24-hour news cycle changed a lot of things. For
when did it get like this? Like how did we get to this point?
When a non-politician became president.
No.
I mean, that's when it really elevated it. I mean, you're talking about as far as like them trying to
Just as far as like all
direct
this
what we
hate,
see.
like all
or
this
the
hate
I mean-
towards one person, not just one person, but hate towards like sometimes you can't even speak or say what you got to say to certain people because then automatically they're like, oh, they automatically think, oh, you're a Trumper. Okay, what if I don't like the dude?
Well, it's the way it is right now. It's pick a side. It's
Okay, but it's never been that way.
right. It hasn't until
You know, like if somebody
more
like
recently.
back then, you know, like somebody won or whatever, and it's like, oh well, hey, congratulations, you know, it was what it was. It was a good race. It was a good debate. That's it, done. But now it's like, oh, you know, like, oh, did you hear him say this? Did you hear him say that? Or it's like, come on, man, like these people are literally that we're having up there
Well,
are
the-
like acting like
the-
kids, like it's like,
well,
come
the
on,
two
man, like,
parties
it's
are
just-
at war. It's never been more so true at any point in our history that I believe that you could say the two parties were at war. I mean, yeah, you can say there was three parties. There was even back in the day, you could say they used to have the Liberal Party. They used to have, you know, they were their own parties, liberals, Democrats, Republicans, liberals, and
But do you think
they all kind of
but do you-
merged into two.
Right. Do you think it got like this because somebody outside of the circle came in? because Trump was never a politic. You know, he was
Well,
never like this.
he's
He even
not-
said it in the first 45 minutes that I've seen in the interview with Joe Rogan. He even said that he had donated money to Republicans and Democrats
Right.
at one point.
What was your question before that?
I don't know.
Was it somebody from the outside?
okay,
That
yeah.
is
Well,
it because it was somebody from the outside of their little circle. You know,
So
because they're all an elite people. They're all elite.
The government has
You
become
know?
so corrupt, and yes, to answer your questions, he's not a part of that corruption. He's not buying into the corruption. They can't buy him into it, so that's why he's disturbing
Right.
the system.
So
It's-
do you think that he is more considered as, like, you know how they say, oh, I'm like the black sheep of the family? Do you think he's kind of like that?
Well, here's a clip from Gutfield on Fox News from when they loved Trump. Remember that?
Oh,
hold on, let's see.
Hold on, let's.
This
pull it
is
up
the one
here.
that I was telling you I wanted to see.
Speaking of Trump, he knew better than to throw out Oprah's letter. Last night, Oprah made a surprise DNC appearance and bashed the man she once considered running for public office with. Watch.
We know all the old tricks and tropes that are designed to distract us from what actually matters, but we are beyond ridiculous tweets and lies and foolery. Now, there's a certain candidate that says if we just go to the polls this one time, that we'll never have to do it again.
Now, right after she criticized him, Trump's campaign posted this thank you letter that Oprah had sent him 24 years ago, suggesting he'd make a good president. She wrote, "Too bad we're not running for office.
You
What
cut
a
me off, Mike.
team."
I am because you didn't.
That was
fit.
the year
Here, I'll put you
2000,
on
which
there.
was also Oprah's weight. And in 1999, Trump even wanted
did. I
her
did.
as his running
I'll
mate
take
because
your
they were
job.
so close.
You have a vice presidential candidate in mind?
Well, I really haven't gotten quite there yet.
It's
I
about,
guess
it's just, you
Oprah.
realize-
I love Oprah. Oprah would always be my first choice. She's really a great woman, though. She is a terrific woman. She's somebody that's very special.
He only wanted her as a running mate
man.
because she made him look really thin.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. Politics.
But
Yeah, for
Oprah's not the
sure.
only person who professed a great friendship with Trump before
Hey.
turning on him. Here's The View back when Barbara Walters roamed the earth.
And please welcome my friend,
Ooh.
Donald Trump.
Ooh.
He gets a little sick here.
Ooh.
This is back in 2011. I've got another video from the Trump campaign. Actually.
Whenever you're on with us, we're very happy.
It's his own hair. So I believe him because I believe Donald. He's an upstanding American.
2003.
On the View. Hey.
So this snap.
No, it's true. It's real. It's
Not very pretty, but it's real.
Hey.
Yeah. So
Hey, listen, Mike, I'm gonna tell him the same thing. Look, it's not that pretty, but it's real though.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Here
But-
is actually one of the latest ads from the Trump campaign.
But that's silly
How did
though.
I
Like,
do it?
you
Here.
know, like, well, why? See this?
He's got some good footage here too. Watch.
These people are fake, man. They're fake. That
politics changed people, and politics since then has changed as well.
Donald Trump has always loved this country.
I would love and I would dedicate my life to this country. This country with the proper leadership can go on to become what it once was.
He's always put us first.
I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. That's why it bothers me so much that when we give this kind of money to the wealthiest countries in the world, and yet for our own people, the homeless, the sick, the poor, the farmers, who are really going through hell right now, those people we're not helping.
Donald Trump has always been there for America.
Somebody has to help this country. If it were me, that'd be fine. I could do it.
How would you like to be remembered?
Well, as somebody that's contributed something to the United States.
Donald Trump has always fought for America. And he always will.
I got something to say about that. At the end of the day, Mike, literally, at the end of the day, what are we voting for? We're voting for America. We're voting for ourselves, what we want. what the people want, not what the government wants for us. I'm not going to sit back and wait for them to tell me what to do and how to do it, because that's what they want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not a robot. I'm not an idiot.
They're
Like-
trying to
like,
design
come
the
on,
system
man,
that
like-
way, where they want you to just sit there and let them handle your money, let them handle your everything.
You know, like it just bothers me. Like I'm a Hispanic and I could see it. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not gonna be fake, you know, like yeah, I feel bad for people, but there's ways to do stuff, you know. Everything has a way, everything has its process of how to do things in life, you know. Don't just come in and be like, oh, people have been waiting in the line or whatever for hours or years or whoever, decades, just to get their citizenships and stuff like that, for other people to just show up and be like, oh, here you go. You know, people would, I'd be upset, you know, if I was one of them people waiting in line or waiting for so many years to get my citizenship or get whatever I have to get. You know, I have all my ducks in a row. I comply with everything, every paperwork you needed me or every document you needed me to show you, I have it. I did it. And I still have to wait. But then there's other people that just show up out of nowhere and it's like, oh, give me. Like, come on, man. It makes no sense.
You talking about voting for the ones that have to wait?
Just everything. No, Vince, just and everything coming into this country. You know, like say if I'm from outside of this country, there's people waiting in line just in the process.
Right.
You know, just to get in, doing the right thing, the right process.
When Trump was in office before, one of the things he did is he would send people back if they weren't trying to go through that process. As long as they were at least attempting to become a legal citizen, going through the process, as long as they were in that process, he would leave them be.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with following the process. Just follow it. Like you're committing a crime regardless. You jump the border, you cross the border, whatever it is, it's still a crime. No matter what it is. You know? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you come across the border illegally, you're a criminal.
At the
you're
end
a criminal immigrant.
Right. So so I'm gonna break it down in another situation. You come into my house, you're breaking the law because you're coming into my house. There's gonna be consequences.
Right.
Same thing. You're coming into somebody else's land, you're coming into somebody else's home. You just broke the law. If I go into somebody else's house without them letting me in their house, guess what? I'm breaking the law. It's the same thing.
You know what to expect.
Right. So why are you going to sit there and argue about it?
Because, and see, that's the reason they're coming here, is because they know what to expect. Right now, what they expect is for them to be given stuff for everything. You know, let's put a roof over their head. Let's give them clothes. Let's do all that stuff. You know, and who's it hurt? It hurts the taxpayers, the people that are struggling to barely pay their bills all the time because they're milking us dry. The system is designed to milk us dry.
Right.
So we're less than what? We're set less than 7 days
from the election.
Hang on, I'm trying to share our link out here.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy, you know. It's just,
you guys vote yet?
Yes,
no,
I voted yesterday.
I have not voted. I was actually going to text my manager and let him know, see if I could leave early tomorrow so that I could go vote. And stuff
I voted Monday.
Happens. You voted Monday, Vince?
Yep.
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
Good. Took my dad with me.
That's good. That's good.
First time I've been to the library in I don't know how long.
Oh yeah. I like voting, man. I like talking to the old people. Is there older people there? It's usually older people there, right? You know, I like voting, man. To me, like in a way, like I like voting because it's like gives me the power of saying I'm an American. I have something I could, you know, I had a voice. I had like my little check mark or my little fill in the blank mattered this time.
Well, it matters every time, especially this time. So
hopefully it mattered. You know, because nowadays, you know, they'll put up there whoever they want.
They will.
We already know who they want. We already know, but
we're gonna know in 7 days.
We'll just find out.
Already there's been vandalism to ballot boxes on the West Coast. I think they firebombed some ballot boxes.
I heard
Florida. There was some ballots found that fell off a truck, thousands of ballots. So already they're setting the precedent
for sure.
for questionable results. You know, Arizona's already saying they might need a week or two, possibly 3, to figure out who wins. That's exactly because they got to figure out how to freaking rig it.
That's the other thing. In the past, you knew by about midnight before you're going to bed who won the election. It's not like that anymore. Now, sometimes it could go on for days. Since Trump's been running.
It wasn't even after
since Trump.
It wasn't even after midnight, man. I remember still being a little young buck, a little young kid.
Most of the time, it was done before that.
And it was done before that. You would go to school. I remember going to school and hearing, "Oh, so you know, president," but I didn't know anything about that back then. You know.
Yeah,
I didn't care about it back then.
You know? Biden. These are Biden's remarks to a crowd of Kamala's, Harris, Waltz, whatever you want to call him.
This is a guy who also wants to replace every civil servant, every single one. Thinks he has a right under the Supreme Court ruling on immunity to be able, if need be, if it was the case, to actually physically eliminate, shoot, kill someone who he believes to be a threat to him.
What do you say?
I mean, so I know this sounds bizarre. It sounds like if I said this 5 years ago, you'd lock me up. We got to lock him up. Politically lock him up. 5 years ago, you'd lock me up. We got to lock him up. Political document. Lock him out. That's what we have to do. And so, look, you all know how this.
Yeah, so you heard the sitting president. He's officially the sitting president, but
so that doesn't
who knows
help
where he's at.
So yeah, that's not going to help provoke maybe a gunman to try to shoot him again.
So after. I believe this was after Trump's interview on Rogan Friday. She did a town hall for CNN following that. And when she was asked, surprisingly by I think his name is Anderson Cooper, you know, what happened? You've been in there for almost 4 years. What happened? Let's see what she has to say.
I think
voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years. You were vice president, not the president. But why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done. And I'm not going to shy away from saying, hey, these are still problems that we need to fix.
CNN host Anderson Cooper asking Harris what her biggest mistake has been as vice president. Watch.
Is there something you can point to in your life, political life, or in your life in the last 4 years that you think is a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean, I've made many mistakes. And they range from, you know, if you've ever parented a child, you know, you make lots of mistakes too. In my role as vice president, I mean, I've probably worked very hard at making sure that I am well versed on issues, and I think that is very important. It's a mistake not to be well versed on an issue and feel compelled to answer a question.
It's a mistake not to answer a question. She never answers a question. Yeah. She never directly answers a question.
I clipped it there because nobody really wants to hear her speak too much.
No,
yeah,
it's starting to hurt.
Painful.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, like it's pretty painful. So there you have Biden wants to lock him up. Kamala doesn't know she don't even know she's been there for the last
it's sad. At least Biden is got a little dementia. What the hell is her excuse?
You know,
because she don't make any more sense when she talks.
One thing, if I ran for president, I'd make sure I'd call out to other people, but I'd call out like on something good that they did, but it was like something like very bare minimum, you know, like something like, oh, they went so and so, they sang.
Give them credit for something that really didn't matter, is what you're saying?
Yeah, for something that really mattered, like, oh, they went to Walmart or somebody saw them there at Walmart and they got an autograph or whatever, you know, something like very like stupid, like, oh, hey, by the way, congratulations on, you know, you're going so and so and saying hi to whatever, you know, like that's great. Did you guys hear that? You know, like it's so great, you know. Hey, you know, like just to be an asshole.
Just
Just to be an asshole, congratulate her on something, you know, be like, hey, listen, I'm just not gonna say negative stuff about my
Right.
my
Joe Rogan still wanted to have her on the show and was willing to avoid topics, to not even talk about politics. He just wanted to have a genuine conversation with her, and she just wouldn't do it. Supposedly, recently they said, yeah, but only for an hour, and he had to come to them.
No.
And he was like, I just don't think it would be the right show. You know,
No.
he's like, so, you know, I guess, do I let her, you know, it was a question he posed on Twitter. Let her walk, you know, or what? And it was like, bounce, bitch. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I mean, it's his show. I'm asking you to
Yeah.
come to my show. I'm not. You're not.
Trump was on PBD also.
Yeah,
Did
he
you see
was.
that one?
I did see that one. I
Yeah.
did see the whole thing.
I've got a clip.
Oh, it was pretty good.
Here's a good clip. Let's see his appearance here on PBD.
4 days. What's the number?
52 Americans, 444
44 days. Boom. The minute.
They're talking about when Jimmy Carter was leaving office and Ronald Reagan was taken over. Immediately, the hostages in Iran were let go. The American, because they knew better.
Inauguration, they released them. Khomeini, right? And it's like, oh, this guy's going to do something about it. This is my question for you. Say you win November 5th. Say it's a landslide. Say it's done. Okay. From November 5th to you're going back to putting your hand in inauguration on the stage. During that time, that season, what do you think is going to happen during that season? Is during that season Russia, Ukraine going to be done? During that season, you think it's going to be that quickly? Or do you think it's going to be after?
I think the world's going to behave, and I think I will settle Russia, Ukraine while I'm president-elect.
While you're president-elect?
While I'm president-elect.
Wow.
You need that credibility.
Sure.
While I'm president-elect, I will settle it. You know, I met with Zelensky the other day. I have good relationship with Putin and with Zelensky.
You didn't look too happy standing next to you, though.
Well, look, this is a war that should have never happened. You have millions of people that are dead, much more than you're reading about. You know, when you see these, I was amazed at how big. I'm in the real estate business, to put it mildly.
Sure.
So I know buildings.
Streaming to
Those buildings were massive. You know, they were long rather than tall. They were 12 to 15 stories, but they went like for blocks. They were massive buildings. Rockets were hitting the buildings. They were collapsing. A lot of people were killed. You hear 2 people were injured. No, many people were killed. That war is much more deadly than they're telling you. It has to be settled. But here's the problem. It should have never happened.
Yeah, so that was him pretty much saying the war in Ukraine's over.
Right.
Yeah,
before he's sworn it.
Before he even sworn in, president,
and they already know it. Everybody knows it's over.
Yeah.
To have to
Putin
be able to
knows, Zelensky knows, they all know.
Think about
And
it.
that's what they're so desperate.
That's crazy to be able to have, you know, like power like that. Like they all have that power. And don't just say Trump has that power, because Kamala has that power. Biden has that power. They all have that power.
Yeah, they can do what Trump would do if they were at
Right.
war right now.
Yes.
But that's why they're at war, because
Yes.
one, they know they're not going to do it.
Yes.
And
Trump,
two,
and listen,
because they're in on it. It's all
Yes.
part of the
Yes.
game that they're
Right.
playing to launder money.
okay, and listen to what I'm about to say. Trump can also be the same way, but he's not, because he knows they're wrong. He knows what they're doing is the wrong thing.
He's not going to do what's going to put a bunch of money in a bunch of billionaires'
No.
pockets, which is surprising because he's the one that's actually a billionaire. You think he'd be helping the other billionaires,
Like this guy,
but
with-
he's more concerned with rebuilding America and making it great again. I mean, what he says, he wants to make America great again. That's really his end game.
right.
He's
And
trying to help the
one of
people.
Kamala's posts the other day that I said something about Trump wants to take Americans back. You know, like we don't want to go back. We want to move forward. Forward. You don't even know what the hell is ahead of the fucking future, and you want to move forward? Come on, man.
I'm fine with going back.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's
I mean,
go see what was,
obviously,
let's go see what was working back then. Is what, you know.
obviously we're
Yeah.
moving forward, but we want to bring back some of the things that made things work better.
Move forward. Move
Yes,
forward.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. You know what that stands for?
Scary
You know,
enough,
listen,
though.
You know what I'm just thinking about? Move forward means.
What's
It's
that?
pretty much means like y'all just need to move out the way so that here we come and we can tell you guys what to do and how to do it. Oh,
Yeah.
you need a vaccine? Here you go. Bzzz. Oh, you need this? Here you go. Bzzz.
Well, their vision of the future is elite, so the super elite, and all the middle class people and all the people that are kind of just hovering up there a little bit. They want everybody else to fall down. You got your super elite.
Yeah.
They want to have their elite class.
So
and nothing else.
there was like
Sorry.
exercises in DC, like a mass casualty exercise last night in DC. It was either last night or night before, I saw on Twitter, where they like literally acted like it was a mock response or mission to like a mass casualty at Capitol Hill. And it's
Right.
almost like, what are they preparing for? What are they trying to flex also, because are they going to let him become president?
Have they ever done this before?
Yeah, usually when it seems to be at provocative times,
That's
there
one
was
place I
dir-
wanted to go to is Washington.
One of our other network hosts shared a Kennedy video. Robert F. Kennedy was speaking at a Turning Point USA conference or rally, and it was to expose the Department of Defense Directive 52401, and this pretty much gives the Department of Defense legal right to shoot American citizens, like military. That means military, Department of Defense.
Right.
Let's see Kennedy real quick.
Say one other thing. President Harris said today in her post, in her speech, she said that President Trump was going to turn the U.S. military against the American public and use the public to promote his agenda. How many of you think that is true? Well, what's interesting to me is that the Biden-Harris administration has done something 2 weeks ago that has never been done in American history, which is to send exactly lethal force, to send a directive to the Pentagon, changing the law to make it legal for the U.S. military to use lethal force against American citizens on American soil. Technically, now it's legal for the U.S. military under this directive. It will become legal for the U.S. military to shoot and kill Americans who engage in political protest because they disagree with policies in the White House. I'm not making this up. Any of you can look it up.
Yeah, it's
This
crazy.
is a Democratic initiative. This did not come during the Trump administration. This did not come from Donald Trump. It came from the Democratic Party. And that's why I left the Democratic Party.
Yeah, that's a Kennedy right there. He's
Hey,
definitely ostracized from the rest of the family.
Hey, have you guys seen
Right.
those signs? Those signs are for real. The ones that say Republicans for Harris.
Yeah, they're not Republicans. They're fake.
Those are right.
I was just
They're
like,
fake.
I was
Yeah,
just
they're not
like,
even rhinos. They're Democrats putting signs up.
not just that. Like, you're not embarrassed.
Well,
Oh
that's why they're
my
Democrats.
God.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
let's
oh my God.
do our part.
No, I'm not going to let these people know.
We've been live for 30 minutes. We need to
It's
help pay the
crazy.
bills. We're going to slide into a commercial break, and don't mind us as we play these. We'll be right back.
As we age, we lose a bit of energy. Of course, that's not our fault. Our bodies change as we grow. Healing patches rejuvenate your cells and in the skin play a key role in the aging process. Research has found that as we age, the number and function of these cells decline, which can lead to a decrease in skin elasticity and the development of wrinkles. But what if there was a product that could restore that spunk for more than just our skin? There is, and it does. The product draws out other huge benefits such as more energy, better sleep, reduced stress, and pain management. If you would like more information, please go to miraclehealingtherapy.com. That's miraclehealingtherapy.com. Here's that website address once again, miraclehealingtherapy.com.
I ain't worried about that.
America faces challenges like never before. Economic uncertainty, social unrest, debt implosion. The foundations of our freedom are under attack. To restore strength, prosperity, and the American way of life, Trump must win.
I plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world.
Introducing the Trump token, blending the deflationary model of Bitcoin with the technological advancement of Solana. It's more than just a cryptocurrency. It's America's future medium of exchange. The Trump token pledges to donate 50% of proceeds, up to $50 million, to Trump's 2024 re-election campaign. Join the movement. Stand with Trump. Secure your future at thetrumptoken.com.
Introducing the Trump token, America's cryptocurrency, a digital revolution to make America great again. Built on the high-performance Solana blockchain, the Trump token merges the economic principles of Bitcoin with the speed, scalability, and efficiency of modern technology. Designed to empower politically engaged communities, the Trump token taps into three major demand ecosystems: the Trump community, global cryptocurrency enthusiasts, and the internationally recognized Trump brand. In a world of financial uncertainty, the Trump token stands as a scarce and durable digital asset, positioned for growth within a rapidly expanding global market. Powered by Solana, the Trump token offers lightning-fast transactions, unparalleled scalability, and robust security, making it the ideal currency for both everyday use and political engagement. With a total supply capped at 21 million Trump tokens, 10 million are available for pre-sale at just $10 per token. In a powerful show of support, 50% of all pre-sale proceeds will be donated to Donald J. Trump's 2024 presidential campaign via super PACs. That's right. Up to $50 million of crypto in kind will be donated to ensure Trump wins. On top of the donation, 40% free additional Trump tokens will be distributed over 36 months to all pre-sale participants who hold. Check out our official white paper for more. Driven by a decentralized governance model, the Trump token empowers its community to shape its future, ensuring the token remains aligned with the values of its supporters. Together, let's make America great again. Go to thetrumptoken.com to get involved. The Trump token. Own America's cryptocurrency now.
Yeah, that was the Trump token project, where they're donating a lot of money to the campaign, which is going to be needed because there's the election may be over on the 5th, but the legal battles that are going to go on and on and on and whatnot. It's going to be ridiculous. It's almost, horrible to live through, but yep, that was the two network sponsors. We're streaming live on the Patriot Prayer Network channels, Rumble and X and all that. Be sure to follow the network on Rumble. You can follow us on Facebook and X and all that good stuff. I wanted to talk a minute about the toy drive we're doing. If anybody local is listening, we have 11 drop boxes now across Indian River County in Florida, and they're all businesses willing to participate in a toy or meal drive. So what we're asking is for members of the community to visit these small businesses and drop off an unwrapped toy or more than one, or a $50 donation cash to help feed a family for the holiday. We're figuring $50 can probably feed a good holiday meal for up to 6 probably. So if you're local, that's what we're doing. If you want to help out and you're not local, there's always some way we can figure out. But either that, the next thing I wanted to talk about was next week. 1 week from today, we will be live on the Patriot Prayer Network under the Patriot Prayer Broadcast banner for election night coverage. We've got our 8 o'clock slot. We'll confirm on that later in the week, but we'll be sharing details on that. But you can look to the Patriot Prayer for election night coverage. we have a few guests, or at least 2 guests lined up. One is a co-chair of Moms for Liberty, Indian River, Florida, where Indian Moms for Liberty was birthed.
Right.
I guess you can say. I don't know. And our second guest, we're hoping to get Thomas Kenny from the Sunshine Journal, independent journalist, and just a good commentator on current events. So that's next week on the 5th between 8 and 9.
Not one last thing, but don't forget to give us a like, give us a share. You know, we don't ask for anything. We don't beg for anything for anybody. We do this on our own time because we like to do this. We enjoy doing this. We enjoy interacting with people. We enjoy giving you guys that message about, you know, we get straight to the point. Like, we don't bullshit around. Like, we're going to tell you what we think and how we think. And at the end of the day, you should too. You know, not just us, but you should also do your research, do your checks, you know, fact check people or just whatever, you know, be like, no, I don't believe that. Let me go check it out. You know, watch videos, watch reels, you know, like there's tons of information, good information and bad information. You know, that's why you have to always do your research.
There's too many people that you just watch, you know, that'll watch what they see on CNN or something like that.
I watch both, man.
And
I'm not gonna lie to
they
you.
just believe that that's the truth. So, you know, our goal by doing this is to try to get people to say, wait a minute, maybe that might be true. And then you go on, you know, your phone or your laptop or whatever, and you start researching it yourself and starting to say, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
because that did happen.
Yeah.
That is true.
Because you know what, Vince?
Because CNN and them, they just want you to see their narrative.
Yeah, for
what
sure.
they want.
You know, see, I'm gonna say news. Sorry for using that language, inappropriate language. The news, like, I watch both. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I watch both because then I'll be like, I don't know about that one. You know, let me go check it out. You know, let me go do my research, and then I'll watch the other one and be like, I don't know, because this one was saying this thing and you're saying this thing. Let me go see what it really is, you know? Same thing like with a video. When somebody's taking a video, you know, there's always going to be someone taking a video from the front, from the left, from the right, and from the back. You know, something happens, somebody's getting arrested or whatever happens for whatever reason, you know, or even a speech, you know, there's always somebody with a camera watching you or watching whatever you're saying. So you got to go and look at all these videos and hear and look at all different directions and stuff like that.
That's
you
like
know?
some of the fake news that was out not that long ago. Did you hear the latest thing Kamala's campaign put out there was a picture of her supposedly getting ready, like her first day going to work at McDonald's. So a guy came out and all they did was Photoshop and put her head on some other guy. A guy came out. I have that picture right here. That's me from 1986 or something like that. And you see it side by side and you can see it's him. The arms are the same. The bookcase in the background is the same. Everything's the same. They just Photoshopped somebody's head that looked like could have been a young Kamala.
Oh, on the McDonald's uniform?
Yes,
I'm
on
sorry,
the guy.
I'm doing three
It's an
things
actual, it's like a guy that worked at McDonald's.
Oh, was
And
it the guy? I saw a different
he-
one. It was of a blonde girl. They photoshopped.
Oh no,
the
this
heads.
this was released by Kamala's campaign, and I guess took it
shit.
down after only being up for 4 hours.
Oh wow!
Because people, you know, were using AI to find other versions of that picture.
Oh
and it
yeah,
was
for sure.
Quickly found it, and the guy ended up coming forward and said, "Yeah, that was me," and it was like from like 1980s.
Wow.
We got Dale or Jim from Two Guys One Coop in the comment section on Rumble saying, "What's up, fellas? Sorry I'm late." And he says, and there's a difference between conservatives and liberal sheep. We research. That's right.
That's
Yeah, that's for sure, man. That's what you got to do, man. Just research, man. Do
They
your
want you to be
research,
sheep.
know?
You can catch their show tomorrow morning at 10:30, I believe, Eastern time. And a great show. Hope I got the time right. I'm confused with all these different time zones now because one of our partners is in Colorado.
Yeah.
So we're trying to coordinate a few things. But yeah, that's Dale or Jim, Two Guys in One Coop. Make sure you check them out on the Patriot Prayer Network also.
Yeah, for sure.
But
But yeah, man, that's what you got to do, man. You got to do your research, man. Like, be your own news. You know, like if you don't believe your own party, go do your own research on them. And if you don't believe the other party, Or if you do believe him, be like, wait a minute, you said yes on this one, and now you're saying no. Like, whoa, what's going on here? What made you change your mind? Like, what happened in between that made you change your mind? You know, like a lot of these people that Trump was saying, you know, that we just saw the videos, Oprah, you know, saying her friend, and all these people saying on The View that it was Trump's friend, and this and this and that. Whoa, what happened? What made you change your mind?
Yeah.
You know, like that's the news that people don't see, you know, that it's
they work for a network that was bought out. And
Right,
they're paid to
right.
push a view.
But then you know
A
what
certain
also
view.
you know what also bothers me though is whenever these singers or these famous people endorse these presidents, it bothers me so bad because it's just who cares, man? These people they got money. They don't care in this world who's at the White House. They give two shits who's at the White House.
Yeah.
Why? Because they have the funds. They can pick up their shit and leave and go to another country if they don't care. If they don't like it here, who gives a fuck? They got the money. Excuse me. You know?
Yeah. We appreciate you, Dale, by the way.
Just-
It's Dale, and he said Jim's probably sleeping. So
But it just I don't know. It just bugs me. We can't listen to these celebrity people and these.
So before we get
stuff
too
like that,
far,
man.
we're local to Florida. Dale, I know, is local to Florida. Right now, there's 2 amendments on our ballot. There's more than 2, but
Yeah.
2 major ones that would alter our constitution. And one is the freedom. I forget what they call it. It's something, the freedom of marijuana,
You know what? I forgot
whatever.
that for sure is at the
Amendment
house.
And the abortion. Amendment 4 is
4.
the abortion. I'm pretty sure I know where Dale stands on Amendment 4, but on Amendment 3, it's kind of a weird situation because the President Trump said he's voting for it. Meanwhile, Governor DeSantis says it's not a good deal.
Right.
This essentially creates a monopoly out of a marijuana industry, a lobbying industry, with a few major marijuana companies like True Leaf and some other ones I'm not familiar with them all, but it's a toss up. You know, it's everybody
Right.
thinks, oh, this finally we're going to get closer to legalization for
Not
marijuana
really.
in Florida, and really,
no.
it's not.
That's not what that means.
If you read between the
That's not what that
lines,
means.
You
There
can't
go again.
grow it.
read
You
it
don't
again.
have the right.
You can't possess it unless it's got a label from one of these companies. You don't need to get the card, but you know you're still going to be able to get your card. But why? Is it going to give you a discount? Because who knows, if you are a user and you need the marijuana, they're essentially going to be able to control all the prices at this point.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because
Well-
they make it more legal for you to buy it from a few companies,
Right.
and
Well, I
more
think it's gonna have-
illegal
I think-
otherwise.
I think if you have your license, I think it's going to have its perks. If you have it,
Well, I'm sure,
you
but
know, it's like the
supply and demand, though, all of a
Right.
sudden anybody can buy it. Now the demand is up and the supply level is going to be depleted.
Okay,
so
but I believe
prices go up.
I believe, yeah, but
Unfortunately, I think the prices are going to go up.
I think what's going to go up is probably the license.
If anything, the license should go down because you don't need it anymore.
Oh, okay, but like I'm saying, there's going to be perks if you have the license. It's like a concealed weapon permit. You know, if you have your concealed weapon permit, you can walk into the shop, buy a gun. You're going to have it today. If you don't, you got to wait. Same thing's going to happen. Same thing's going to happen with the license. Watch, I know what Vince.
I'm sure there'll
It's
be
happened.
perks.
Look, they did it with a gun.
I'm sure there'll be
They did
perks,
it-
but I don't know about it
They
going
did it
up-
with the
up
gun.
in
You don't think they
cost.
could do it with you don't think they'd do it with marijuana? It's nothing. It's just that they're just gonna make money off of it. That's all they care. Is how are we gonna make money off of it? Oh, you want to smoke the weed? You want it? Well, guess what? If you purchase this license, it's gonna cost you, I don't know, $800, $700. Well, I don't know what it costs nowadays or whatever it is, but
Do you think Trump supporting it has something to do with his plan to try
I
to get
don't
rid
know,
of
man.
FICA taxes?
I don't know. That
I
boy
don't
was on
know.
Joe Rogan. I
'Cause
wonder
if
if
you
he
get-
hit that doobie.
You get
I
rid
don't
of
think so.
FICA taxes, you gotta support things off of taxes of goods, products. So now if marijuana can only legally be possessed if it's bought from a company, do you think maybe the plan behind that is to tax it and that's part of getting rid of FICA?
Well, that's the idea of it. That was the idea in Colorado. But the problem with this bill is it doesn't regulate it any other way other than who you can buy it from. So it's not comparable. I think it should be decriminalized, but also regulated like alcohol and cigarettes.
Right.
Like you can't light up a cigarette in a restaurant. You can't drink walking down the sidewalk. So why can't we expect the same out of marijuana? I'm no enemy of marijuana. Everybody knows me knows that. But I do think there should be some regulations.
There still needs to be
It should be
regulations.
treated like alcohol.
You shouldn't be
or-
able to just
right.
light up next to some, kid in the park or something like that,
Yeah,
There's got to be some
We're
sort
living
of-
in weird days, though, and it's just like Amendment 4, the abortion amendment. Most women who ignorantly aren't going to read the amendment and read it from a non-biased perspective are going to think, "Oh, this is protecting my rights as a woman."
Mhm.
But if you look at it, it doesn't specify what a medical official is. So technically, you can go to a physical therapist and they say, "Oh, you're depressed. You need an abortion," and sign off on your abortion. You can go get an abortion based on that referral. So there's no limits to it. It's just a bad all around. And I pray to God these people in our state read these amendments. I
Yeah, for
swear the attorneys should be beat up out back the Capitol building when they write these things. I know they're in a different level of, putting things together for legality reasons, but come on, man. Some of these things are worded to where you think, this is a good thing. Well,
Right.
there's another amendment about the school board, giving more money to the school board. And then I heard somewhere they're operating on like multi-million-dollar budget.
Well, look
Right.
at Florida, one that was passed years ago, the Right to Work Act. So it sounds like it's for the workers, good for you, but all it does is give your employer the right to pretty much fire you for anything they want, as long as it's not like sexist or racist.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I hope people really take a look at Amendment 3. It doesn't make it legal in the way it should. It doesn't decriminalize it. You can't grow your own. You got to make sure you're only buying it from licensed suppliers, which will essentially put out the small business shops that do CBD and just, more holistic type shops that aren't even selling
Right.
full blown THC. We have a friend.
Right.
We have a friend,
Actually,
does
one of our
podcasts.
right, two of our small business spotlights. One of them's not published yet, but our vape shops, and this could affect both of them.
Right.
Because essentially it moves all that CBD into the same category, and you're going to have to get that from licensed suppliers like True Leaf also.
Right.
So it's going to shut down a lot of small businesses. So I don't know if I know it's not a good thing, but I don't know if there's an abuse of that anywhere, if there's a need for that. I don't think so.
If it was for the people, if you're going to say anybody can buy it, then okay, why can't I grow a couple plants at my house? So if it's really for the people, you would allow that. So it's big business trying to make money. They're trying to put
Right.
a monopoly on it. I know in some states where it's completely legal, and they are allowed to grow some, but they're allowed so much. I mean, they can't obviously grow fields of it. You're limited to how much you can grow, but I mean, that I can understand. But you should be able to grow enough to support yourself if that's what you wanted to do. That should be your legal right if it's legal, like they
I
say it's
agree.
going to be.
I agree. I was looking for something here. I
That's
lost
crazy. It's just crazy, like let's just get out there, vote. Don't let your dead people that have been dead for years vote for you.
Yeah, clean up your state,
election.
man. Don't like the stuff going on in Arizona. That's uncalled for, man. And that's the stuff civil wars or civil
So-
unrest is made out of.
Right, Mike. So listen, we got 10 minutes left. So let's just talk about real quick. What if Trump wins? What do you think is going to happen? Tell me something negative that you think is going to happen
From what?
from Trump's winning.
Lawsuits. Lawfare. Lawfare will not stop. They're going to bog them down every chance they get. They're going to spend the next 4 years trying to trash JD Vance every way they can. They might even hit him with impeachment trials again, like last time. They started before he was even sworn in.
Really?
Oh yeah. So it'll definitely be an uphill battle. But hopefully Vivek Ramaswamy is correct, and he's going to fire a lot of people. There's going to be some pain. There's going to be some pain. There needs to be some pain because they need to take care of a lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of departments need to be slashed. Unfortunately, some good people are gonna lose out too. But
Right. A lot of departments need to be slashed, and then there's a lot of corrupt politicians that need to be exposed.
Right. What do you think? Like, let me ask you this now. What do you think is going to happen? You know how we had like riots, we had people setting up, dropping off pallets of bricks to vandalize this, to vandalize. You think that's going to happen as soon as we find out Trump is the next president?
I think you're going to see some riots in some of the Democratic states.
You think that's going to happen again?
I think so.
You think so, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trying to find.
You know, like I'm just trying to see like what's going to be the next big thing. What's going to be their thing. You know, like what is going to go out? What are they going to do? What are their crimes going to do? What kind of crimes are they going to commit?
I mean, I've even heard different ways that they plan on trying not to even allow him to actually take office.
Yeah, well, it'll
Trying
be
to
interesting.
stop that.
And what do you think are the good things that he's going to do as soon as he goes in? I mean, we already heard what he's going to do before he's even sworn in.
Well, when he's going to open the pipeline, which is going to help us from a financial standpoint. It's going to help our raising costs of goods and stuff. It'll take a little time for that to actually go into effect. You're going to see instantly the stock market start soaring because people know that he's going to get the money flowing again. And I think he's going to sign something to start building the wall again.
So do you think right now it'd be good to buy stocks or anything like that before they fucking skyrocket?
It might not be if you got money to play with.
Trump token.
Yeah, Trump token.
I don't know if it. I don't take financial advice from me.
Yeah,
but I would definitely diversify into some crypto though.
Crypto.
Yeah. Well, we only have a few minutes left. I want to say thanks to the network. I got a funny video I want to play too, but I also want to share the website, or not the website, the Rumble channel, the Patriot Prayer Network on Rumble. Make sure you give it a like and a follow. You can see we got some overlap going tonight. To the Point Podcast episode 91 and Jersey Shore Podcast episode 7. All great shows. Nate Kane, he's the whistleblower from Uranium One. Cowboys and Indians, you got Maurice and Steve Loves Ammo from Twitter that do an excellent podcast. And again, the guys from Two Guys One Coop. I don't know how to switch back and forth, but yep, you can check us out on IndianRiverConnections.com/to-the-point. That's our website. It's a little collaboration we belong to. You can find our merch there. You can find information about the toy drive we're doing there. Some other good shows like TGI Now podcast and the Binford Chronicles, who she does a lot with local candidates and very big on constitutional adherence, and holding our constitutional officers responsible. So I'm going to play out this one funny video and then we'll be right back to close it out.
Identification. And it's a cat collar. I'm currently identifying as a cat. Fair enough. The information here on the tag, I'm assuming belongs to you, the boyfriend?
Yeah. That's so rude. I hope you know I'm recording.
Well, it wasn't my intention to offend you, but he just identified as a cat, and you're wearing a Harriet's Waltz t-shirt, so forgive me if I came to a conclusion that you guys are involved in some sort of a homosexual arrangement.
I'm not mad that you think we're together, but you're using gendered language. Besides, I'm not his boyfriend, I'm his owner.
Okay. Well, look, we can do this the hard way if you'd like. I can have this car towed, because last I checked, a cat is not licensed to operate a motor vehicle in the state of California. We can have animal control come get you, take you to a shelter where your owner can retrieve you for a fee of $70 after you're given the necessary immunizations, which do include a rabies shot, possibly even spayed or neuter, whichever you prefer or identify with. Is that what you guys want to do here?
What should we do? I don't know. I don't have $70.
Sir, I can also request that a mental health care professional come down here on scene and do an evaluation of you because you're considering letting him take a rabies shot rather than just give me an ID, use some manners so I can give you your ticket and move along.
I've seen that video the other day. I was laughing. I watched it like 5 times.
But you know what? You know what I laugh about? I don't laugh. I don't
There's-
laugh.
It's real. There's real people like that.
It's real life. It's
Yeah.
real people like that.
It's sad, isn't it?
You know, and it's just
And they're
so sad
gonna
that-
and they're gonna vote. That's why it's important that
Yeah.
you vote.
so sad that we got to end our show that way.
Yeah.
Wah,
Well,
wah,
I'm pretty
wah.
sure that was a parody. I hope
Yeah.
that wasn't for real. But
Speaking of
I
voting,
wouldn't doubt it.
I would.
Speaking of voting, tune in next week for our live vote coverage.
Yes. Patriot Prayer Network, the Patriot Prayer Podcast. There'll be all kinds of hosts rotating in and out. And like I said, we've got 2 guests lined up. So we're going to nail down the details and make sure I can schedule them for the right
And
time.
don't forget to hit us up and go check out our merch real quick. You know,
Yeah.
at the Indian River Connection.
These, you can't get these there, but
Not yet.
if you want something like this, which is our,
for sure.
can't see it, black,
We have a lot of
Army
stuff there.
green
We
with
have
black print,
hats.
yeah.
We have hats. We have beanies. We have other kind of stuff on there. So
yeah, check out the
Check
website,
it out.
man. Give me some traffic over there.
for sure.
We're going to be doing some excellent stuff with Indian River Connections, and doing a lot of community outreach. So stay tuned for that soon, and hopefully that can bleed out to other areas. So make sure you check out the other shows on the podcast, on the network. I don't know if Alexandria 360 is going to be on or not. I know she spent some time in Greece, so she might be on tonight. I'm not sure, but stay tuned for other great shows, man. You guys got anything?
Nope.
All right. Well,
See everybody next week.
We're out.
all right.
See you guys.
Peace out.
Podcast warriors, say the flame to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the cancel toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't